Welcome. Today we're jumping right into Psalm 120. Ever have that feeling? Just being stuck somewhere where sincerity feels rare. Like words are just, tools for conflict.
Yeah, that's exactly the feeling this song digs into. It's a lament, really. Our goal here is to kind of unpack that cry. Someone wanting peace, but finding themselves surrounded by, well, the opposite.
And it starts immediately, doesn't it? The speaker cries out in distress, gets an answer from God, which is relief. But the real lasting issue, the plea is, save me, O Lord, from lying lips and from deceitful tongues. That's the core problem.
Right. And notice how specific that is. The distress comes from language, from words. It's not treating lies as like small things.
Yeah.
The psalm frames them as really destructive, painful things, the root of the conflict almost.
It makes you think about how much weight words can carry, huh?
Definitely. And the reaction in the psalm to these deceitful tongues is, well, it's pretty strong.
Yeah, there's that rhetorical question, what should happen to someone who speaks like that? And the answer isn't mild. It's talking about a warrior's sharp arrows and burning coals of the broom tree. Really intense stuff.
It is intense.
Yeah.
But that imagery, it really speaks to how deep the hurt must be. When someone's lies feel like actual physical weapons, like arrows, or like they're burning you, the response, that cry for justice, is just as fierce. It shows the perceived severity.
Okay, so after that intensity, the focus kind of shifts outwards. The speaker talks about feeling like an outsider. Woe to me that I dwell in Meshech, that I live among the tents of Kedar.
Right, Meshech and Kedar. For the original audience, these places would sound really distant, maybe even hostile or uncivilized in their view. So saying I live there isn't just about geography. It's about feeling totally alienated,
Yeah.
like an exile.
And why? The next line tells us, too long have I lived among those who hate peace.
Exactly. It's not just being different. It's being surrounded by a value system hating peace that's fundamentally opposed to your own. It's like being a stranger in a strange land, spiritually speaking.
Which leads right into those really striking final lines, so powerful. I'm a man of peace, but when I speak, they are for war.
And that's the heart of the conflict, isn't it? The paradox. The speaker is oriented towards peace. That's their nature, their desire. But expressing that, speaking peace,
It doesn't bring peace. It actually provokes the opposite reaction.
right, it's met with hostility. They actively push for war in response to the words of peace. It's a fundamental clash.
So tracing that arc starts with distress over lies, then this intense desire for retribution against deceit moves to feeling utterly isolated among people who hate peace, and ends with this core conflict. Speaking peace leads to calls for war.
It paints a really vivid picture, doesn't it? The struggle to hold on to peace when everything around you seems geared for conflict, especially verbal conflict.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, maybe just sit with that for a moment. Have you ever felt that tension where you're genuinely trying to bring peace, maybe speak peacefully, and it just backfires, gets met with aggression?
Yeah, or think about the sheer power words have, both to deceive, to wound, like the song says, but also potentially to build peace. What does it actually take, to remain someone who seeks peace when you're in an environment that seems set on conflict?
Yeah.
Something to really ponder.